What is going on, guys? Sumi here with Thoughtcast, and today I'm going to be telling you to not date while you're broke. Stop dating people when you don't have money. When you can't take care of yourself, how can you expect to take care of another person? I think a lot of people, especially when they're young, say that they deserve love when they haven't even deserved or worked for anything in their life. They don't even have their own financial stability. They don't have their own bills paid for, but they want to have this romantic relationship where someone comes in and helps them and builds with them and grows with them. It's this fantasy that we live in, but the reality is relationships cost money. They are not free. If you are in a relationship, you are going to have to pay for some dinners. You're going to have to pay for some tickets to an event. You're going to have to pay for some gifts on Valentine's Day, on that person's birthday. You might even have to completely support your partner. God forbid if something were to happen to them where they're unable to really take care of themselves. That's what love is. That's what commitment is. That's what partnership is. So for those of you out there that are jumping in relationships when you don't have money, look, you're playing a losing game. And a lot of times, yes, there are those noble stories where we didn't have anything together and we built together. Like, that's not a bad thing. That's doing it for the right reasons, but that's far and few. See, I think a lot of women actually engage in this idea where they get into relationships and they don't have money. Because when it comes to men, right, socially speaking, when a man does not have money and he's looking to take a girl out or he's looking to talk to a girl, the first thing that women are going to say is, oh, he doesn't have money. Oh, he can't even take care of me. Oh, he can't even take care of himself. I don't want to date a broke guy. There's a lot of social pressure on men to be able to take care of themselves before, jumping into a relationship. So men are typically not the culprits of this situation. It's usually women. And I'm going to tell you guys that you have to be very careful. So whether you're a guy, whether you're a girl, stop dating people when you don't have money. Because number one, if you're dating someone and you don't have money, you're going to be more so wowed by the spending. And that's going to lead you down a false road. See, when someone does not have money and they're dating someone that has money, that becomes a very dangerous relationship because it allows you to become used by the individual that has money. You're looking for a relationship for resources. And you might think, oh, I'm going to use this guy. I'm going to be a sugar baby. I'm going to get a sugar daddy, so on and so forth. But the reality is you're being used just as much as you using the other person. And it becomes a fake relationship. And one of the most important resources that you have in this world is time. So if you're giving your younger years to acquire some kind of financial stability from a man that isn't necessarily who you want to be with, then you're just wasting your time. Wasting your time to get some kind of access, to get some kind of money, to please somebody else, to please yourself in this fake relationship. That's a very dangerous thing to be in, and it causes you to warp your mind into an unhealthy standard for relationships. And that's not something I ever want somebody to be in. Number two, if you are with a person, you don't have money for yourself, and that person, God forbid, needs your help, you're not going to be able to support them, to help them, to get them to a level where they may need to get back on their feet. And it's very important that you're able to take care of yourself. You're living by yourself. You're able to pay your own bills before you jump into a relationship with somebody else, because you're going to make financially irresponsible decisions by taking this person out, by paying for tickets, by getting them a gift when you can't even pay your own bills, where you can't even, take care of your own parents, whatever it might be. I highly recommend not getting into a relationship when you cannot take care of yourself. You're doing yourself a disservice. And look, before I even get in this, I want to say this first and foremost. A lot of young people don't even have their own retirement set up. They don't have a plan for their life, but they want to get their relationship set up, their romances set up. They want to do all these things before they even get their own self set up. Once again, how can you take care of somebody else when you're not taking care of yourself? It doesn't make any sense. If you get in an airplane, right, and that plane is going down, the first thing they're going to tell you to do is, how to do the oxygen mask thing, right? Where the oxygen mask is going to come down and they tell you, put it on yourself first before you help anybody else, because you cannot help anybody else unless you're able to help yourself. You cannot jump into a relationship when you can't take care of yourself. In order for you to attract the highest quality partner in your life, you need to be able to make sure that you're smelling good, make sure that you can pay for the date, make sure that you can look nice, look presentable, so on and so forth. And if you are not doing these things, you're going to attract somebody that's of a lesser quality in your life. My biggest thing is when you're getting into dating and you're very young, a lot of people will go for this fantasy idea of dating somebody and think that everything's going to work out. And yes, you can build together. Yes, you can grow together. Yes, you can really create that dream lifestyle and you can be together while you don't have anything. That's somewhat acceptable, but it's not necessarily the best situation. I think there's a lot of power in being single, in building yourself up first, in getting your stuff taken care of, because you're going to be so much more attractive to people that are of higher quality, of a higher caliber, when you actually have your stuff taken care of. When I see a woman that has her own apartment, that can take care of herself, that is paying her own bills, it's not that I look at her and I'm like, oh my God, that's so lame that she's doing that. It makes me actually very excited to date somebody like that because it shows responsibility, it shows discipline, it shows dedication, and it shows that this is somebody that I can actually build a future with because there's someone that's logical, that's stable. And in order for me to build a solid, stable future with somebody, I need to make sure that they're logical, that they can take care of themselves. Because if I want to have kids, if I want to have a family, if I want to be able to really create that legacy and empire that I want for myself, I need to make sure I have somebody by my side that is responsible. When you can take care of yourself in a financial aspect, you are responsible. That's just rule number one. And it's crazy to me that a lot of people think that, oh my God, this is so much to ask. You can't take care of yourself. You can't pay your own bills. Like, this is the bare minimum. I see a lot of women say, oh, I'm independent. I take care of myself. I pay for my own hair. I pay for my own nails. Yeah, you're supposed to. Like, is the bar set so low that you have to get everything paid for by a man? That's not where it should be. You should be able to take care of yourself and attract a man into your life by your personality, by what you're providing emotionally. And this is on the flip side too, where men will say, oh, I'm making a lot of money. You know, a woman should like me just because I'm making a lot of money. The women that have this stuff together are not going to be attracted to guys that have a lot of money. They're going to say, hey, I have my own things. I don't need a man to provide for me. I'll provide for myself. I'll date a man for the right reasons, for his emotional capacity, for him being a good partner to me, for him being loyal to me. Because that's where all these toxic relationships start, where a woman does not have her financial stability and a man brings her into his life and he's able to show her a world, but he disrespects her by cheating on her, by not talking to her the right way, because he has a stronger grip on her life, because he has some kind of resources. This woman becomes codependent on him because she becomes used to the materialistic lifestyle, and it becomes a very toxic relationship. You see this a lot with celebrities and athletes where they bring a regular person into their life, and it's because they know they can control this person because they're able to financially provide for this individual to a degree that this person could never even imagine. You know, I have a lot of friends that are athletes and they buy these regular girls, you know, things that are, you know, very regular to them. They'll buy them a watch, they'll buy them a purse, they'll buy them a bag, whatever it is. And these girls become so fascinated by the fame, the clout, the materialism, and they start to let go of who they are and they become this individual that is so dependent, so needy, so available, and they just lose themselves. They become an option. And the last thing you want to be in a relationship is an option, because that means that you're not necessarily in the relationship anymore, you're an option.